Hello, friends, and welcome back. Today I'm going to share with you a couple of fun fold cards using the Club La La Land Crafts April Club Kit. And this is just the last couple projects before we get the May projects underway. So I'm super excited to show you these. So I'm going to get started here with my Marcy card. So I decided to do kind of like a double open card. So here's Marcy. She's all colored up. I use my Copic markers, and all the details along with the products are on my blog, which will be linked below. I've got some of my stuff already cut. I used the scalloped rectangle dies and the stitched large tag dies. And then I've got the Love You More paper pack. So I've cut out the cutting board and the mitt, a tag topper. I've got my panels right here, which I'll tell you all the sizes of everything that you need. And then I've got some twine up there at the top. So I'm going to start off with showing you the card here. So I've got everything already cut out to make life a little bit easier, but we've got a regular A2 size card base right here, and I used the pink that kind of matches the stripe in the pattern paper. The white panel here is 4 by 5 1/4. The green one is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and then the pattern paper is done with the scalloped rectangle die. So I'm going to take the largest one here, which is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base, and I'm just going to line it up here. And what I want is just to take off all but an inch from the top of the card. So when you finish it, it'll look like just like that. And then the white panel is going to sit right inside of the pink card base. So we're just going to put some tape on the back of this white card, and then we're going to place it kind of right in the center of the pink. It's a lot easier to just show you than it is to try to explain what I'm doing. So here we have the next section, and then this 1 inch little section right here is what is going to hold the top of the card. So I'm going to attach the patterned scalloped rectangle piece to the green right in the center, and then I'm going to attach the green panel right there, right to that very edge of the 1 inch pink panel that's hanging over the side there. And then I'm going to set that right in the middle, as even as I possibly can. And then that is going to give us our double open card. So you open one, open two. Super cute. So now I'm going to start decorating the front. So I've got my tag here, and I'm just going to attach the topper. I cut these out of that same pattern paper that I'm using. So that pack is so versatile. There's so many different, I love Irina's papers. I just ordered a whole bunch more so I can use a couple of the patterns that the packs that I don't have as well. So I'm super excited to get that order in. Now I'm just going to take the wooden pizza paddle and do a little bit of ink blending around it, and then I'm going to figure out where I want to put my tag. So I'm just going to kind of layer these pieces behind Marcy. So I'm going to pop Marcy up right in front. I'm going to put some foam adhesive on the back of Marcy and then adhere down my stuff. I just want to kind of make sure that everybody's going to fit where I want them to go. So before I put anything down permanently, I want to make sure that Marcy is going to fit where I want her to go. Then before I set her down, I want to place this mitt, little oven mitt. So I'll pick up Marcy and then make sure that I'm putting that where I want it to go. And then we'll place Marcy down. And that's it. Now we're going to start with the twine, and this is just a little decorative element. If I was going to redo this, I would do a thinner, because this is kind of like a real thick natural jute, and it was a little too thick for the card, but it still looks okay. But I think I would go with a much thinner, maybe some baker's twine that's a little bit thinner. So now we're going to start working on our sentiment for the front of the card, and then we're going to start working on our second panel. So I'm just going to use the I Love You More Than Pizza, and I'm going to kind of pop that up kind of on the front, a little bit off to the side. And then we can start working on our second panel. So when you open up the first one, you have a second surprise. So we're going to use some of the die cuts here. So we want to use another pizza paddle and another oven mitt. I'm going to have one of the smaller scalloped rectangles with the same pattern paper that I used on the mitt. And we've got our pizza. Now I'm just going to start layering these up on this inner panel. And it's going to be kind of hidden by that front panel, so when you open it, it's like a second surprise. Just making sure it's staying behind my panel so you can't see it when you look from the front, and then I'm going to place my pizza. It's so fun to put these pizzas together. I love these little mushrooms. Everything just looks so, so, so cute. Now I'm going to add my sentiment and my little oven mitt here. And I'm just going to make sure that they're staying inside. I'm just showing you there that I tried to match the green, all the greens together. I think I did a pretty good job. And then we'll place that in. So there you go. Now I'm going to put down a couple of these little enamel hearts. And I have pink. And then when you open it, and then you've got plenty of room on the inside to write your message or put your gift cards or whatever it is that you want to do on the inside. So now we're going to work on Little Mouse card, and this one is another regular A2 size card base, but in the landscape. So we're going to take this and make kind of a Z fold card. So you're going to take your card base, which is 11 inches wide. So you're going to score it at 5.5 in half, and then the first panel there you're going to score at 2 3/4. Then you're going to take a 1 by 11 inch piece of cardstock, and you're going to score that one at 5.5, and then 8 1/4 is where you're going to score that one. And then this is how your pieces are going to kind of look. Now for the rest of the pieces that I have for this, I'm using the Hello Life paper pack. I'm also using, again, with the scalloped rectangle dies because I think they're adorable and I love them. I've got my little mice all done. I've got my piece of cheese up there. And now I'm just going to start putting everything together and show you how it goes. So we are going to use, here, let me move some of this stuff. We're going to take some red cardstock, which matches really nicely to that red in the Hello Life paper pack. And I'm going to just trim them just enough so that I have a little bit of a white border all the way around. And I'm going to make just basically a background for this whole entire panel here. Each one of these is that same scalloped rectangle, and I actually used just some of the extra pieces and cut those out. I've got my panels here. So you're just going to cut these all down to fit each one of your panels. So that's at 5.5 is by 4 1/4 is the big one, and then the other two, that one is scored at 2 3/4, so it's 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, I've got my red panels behind my pattern paper, and it's just a matter of layering. I thought I was going to use this one because I thought that might be a little too busy, but I decided not to because I really like the way this looks. So I ended up looking to see how my little guys would show up against the background, and I think it's going to be just fine. So here we're going to start placing on our Z fold part. So just pick a spot. You could put it in the middle, you could put it at the top, you could put it at the bottom. Well, I don't know about the top, but the middle and the bottom for sure. But the easiest way to do it is to attach the one side and then close it to attach the other. So the only places you have tape is on that very first panel, and then the very last section that you scored on the 5.5 by 4 1/4 inch side. So that long side is just the very end. Now I'm going to take this little piece of cheese here, and we're going to create a little scene with one of the mice kind of popping out of the cheese. And I'm going to pop up the top panel of the cheese. And then I'm going to place the circles back behind it. And that just gives it that little bit of dimension. And then I'm going to take a piece of matching cardstock, and I'm just going to place it along the back just to give the little circles something to hang on to. And then I'm going to take some glue, and I'm going to put the rest of the cheese holes back in. And I did take my distress ink and go around the edges of this whole entire thing. Tape down that little piece of pizza so it doesn't pop off. And then we're going to start working on putting the rest of the card together. So this is where he's going to go. Now I need my sentiment, and I need my other pieces of the from the die set that comes with the club kit. I need some more mitts, and I need a pizza, and I need another wooden board. So I'm going to go cut all of those out, and then when we come back we will put the rest of it together. So here's everything all cut out and magic video all put together. So here's all our sentiments, here's our board, our pizza, and our oven mitts. And now we're going to start I I can talk. Placing down all of our pieces. It is 4:30 in the morning right now, so my brain is so tired. But I'm keeping the same hours that I do when I work because I have to go to work tomorrow. So I'm staying up as late as I possibly can, even though I really want to go to bed. So here's our piece of cheese with our little mouth sticking out. So anyway, I'm just explaining why I'm kind of brain dead. I'm going to pop up my sentiment here, and this is one of the sentiments that I think is so cute, and it says say cheese, and I thought that would be perfect on the piece of cheese. And then the next one is going to go above on that first panel, any way you slice it. And then I'm going to start just putting in my die cut pieces. And I'm just sliding them kind of behind or on top of the strip here, so it just depends. I think the pizza would look good on this side, so I'm going to place it over here. And you can't see the rest of this, a lot of this, until you actually open the card, so a lot of this is kind of hidden. Now we have our little oven mitts. And we're going to pop up this other sentiment, the "You have a pizza, my heart." And then we're going to place our mice on the other two panels, the Z panels there. And they're just going to go flat. This card is so fun, and I think it's going to be really fun to do a lot more of these fun fold cards. And these are so cool because you can take this same idea and apply it to any one of the club kits, and you can make some really cute fun fold cards out of any of these club kits that you get. I'm like so excited to just keep trying out all the different ones. So if you want to, you could bookmark this and come back to it and try it out with some other kits, see which ones you would like to, but it's good to have them in your little saved file so that you can always just keep going back. So any way you slice it, you have a pizza my heart is what you can see from the outside, and then when you open it up, you got your whole little scene here of your little pizza guys. I think this is so stinking cute. So I'm just going to kind of show you them again real quick, both of them. So here is Marcy, and this is the double open card. And I did add a strip of the pattern paper and another one of the hearts to the inside just to give it a little bit more. And then you've got your Z fold card with the little mice. So I thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really, really do appreciate it. Here's a couple photos. I will see you again real, real soon with the unboxing of the next kit. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.